inner peace.
Just lore. There's even more lore, and then you go here, there's more lore. There's like cube cradle. I don't know, Ice King is here. There's like a links join the last round. What do you mean? There's, I don't know, here he says like,
Scyan, just shut up, take a deep breath and calm down. I'm trying to meditate here.
I can find a smaller box if that thing is feeling too uncomfy right now. Do you want another one, baby?
Scientist, shut your mouth or I'm gonna turn your mother into gold.
Damn, you know what? Thank you, Midas. I like you again. The title of this video ain't lying, and I'm indeed going crazy right now. I mean, I've always been crazy, but it's getting worse. Because this is the season 1 of chapter 7, and it already feels like the end of the chapter with how crazy the lore is getting. I'm talking about the 0 Point Vault, but a new version of it, or the Inno Loop location POI or whatever, being taken over by the Dark Voyager. Visitor and Ice King's return confirmed. Lynx joins the last reality. New the nothing teasers in the game. 0 Point Shard also being spinning around, just going wee. There is just, and there is so much more. There is so much lore. I'm gonna die. Professor Lore is just having a hard time right now, but let's start with the biggest change. Dark Voyager has taken over the location that was being used to reforge the 0 Point. This place is now set by the Order to be filled with people who have joined his and Last Reality's side. Yeah, but why people do that? Why would you join the Last Reality? They wanna kill you. I actually explained that in this video, the fact that like the nothing grants you wishes, make you like your perfect self and everything, your true self, in return of you going through some challenges, surviving them, and he's gonna be like, you know what, you kinda cool guy, I like you, here's a gift, here's powers, I'm gonna make you eternal, I'm gonna make you so cool, enjoy it. He did that thing to Bites and many others. Then recently it's also said that the Lynx joined their side too, and that's kind of wild, man. I remember when Lynx was released in the game, the entire world was gooning to her, and now suddenly she's like, I'm gonna join the Last Reality, I'm mad at you, how dare you do that, I'm gonna beat your ass. This now finally makes sense of Lynx being inside of the baby cradle in one of the loading screens, taking a 0 Point Shard into it, as it also explains two more things. For one, is actually the fact that she was in the 0 Hour live event poster. That to me probably means that there are many Last Reality spy members among us right now. Do you remember like the Fortnite Among Us thing, the event and everything? Yeah, we're gonna die. And that's kind of even more proof of how the Last Reality was actually helping us take down the Dark Presence, since the monster was just the final part of their experiments. Now for 2, this also brings up the heavy manipulation the OG game mode has been getting by the Last Reality, confirming that this game mode we got in Fortnite is actually extremely important to the Fortnite storyline, and it's a huge part of the Last Reality's plan. What is the plan? Professor Lore is here to teach you, don't worry. Maybe they were the ones to recreate chapter 1 in Reality 0, since if you remember, they used to abduct locations. And if you remember like the mini game mode we went into the abductors and everything to the motherships, they had so many of the different chapter 1 locations inside of those. So I think that this entire OG game mode and everything, you gotta keep an eye on it. It's extremely sus, something about it is like wrong really badly, and we gotta figure it out. Meaning the visitor that showed up in OG season 4 is now confirmed to be the same visitor who got chromed. And I gotta tell you, especially from reading this thing, I don't trust that guy. It feels, we watched him get chromed, we watched him, he was just standing there being like, yeah, I'ma die, and it just died. So like after getting chromed, you're telling me he's just back with a new suit looking shiny better than ever, and he thinks I'm gonna be fine with that? He thinks I'm not gonna be sus on him? Hell nah! Something is wrong with this guy. I don't trust him. Maybe he's being controlled by the Last Reality right now without even knowing. Maybe that's why the new armor and everything, or maybe he actually did get to escape alone and everything, survived just to run away from the Last Reality, but I don't trust him. I really think something is genuinely wrong with this guy, which means probably expect a new armor for the scientist too once he returns. But for Origin, I really feel like we're gonna get his like Cube King version instead of like a 7 armor. And it also means that Ice King, who returns in this season of OG, he's also gonna be extremely important to the entire storyline of the game, especially since it seems like the Fire King this time is not within his prison, and that does make sense since the guy was supposed to be frozen away forever under the chapter 1. Maybe last reality also managed to find him, took him, maybe evolved in everything, maybe Fire King returns as a last reality member. Who knows? That's possible, maybe. But this should mean that this Ice King we're getting right now is the same one as chapter 1. Good to see my boy back. He's one of the best storyline characters in this entire game. Let him cook. And also give him a new skin. Where is his skin in the battle pass? Fortnite, what are you doing? Where is his skin? Give my boy a new skin. Do it right now. Talking about OG, whatever it's for, it's directly connected to the last reality's plan of reforging the 0 point. As the theory I came up with in this video gets proven true today. The last reality was indeed just waiting for us to do their job, build the system needed to call back every piece of the 0 point, while having the shard ready there in the air, because the shard, of course, it needs to be in the air so we can call up all the other shards to connect together. What, else do you want it to be in a bunker and call in the other shards? Are you okay? I've seen people being like, this stupid guy, he knows what happens when you have the 0 point in the open. Why does he have the 0 point in the sky? I get what you mean, but what is he supposed to do? You want it to go whooshy 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 and like the other shard pieces just suddenly come in? No, it needs to be in the air. I'm gonna beat you. Then right when everything was ready, they take over our work to use it for themselves instead. Exactly why this POI is now named Lethal Labs, with the baby cradle or the ball right on top of it looking directly at the 0 point shard. And all of the purple lights are turned orange, turning on even more of the tubes that have the 0 point energy flowing through them. Then studying these panels that communicate to the shard and even making changes to them. Now all of these changes I talked about has made the 0 point shard just start going wee wee wee, as through it, Dark Voyager is messing with the loop, causing weird shapes of storm to happen and more, exactly what the Order was talking about. While also the spin should be because he's forcing the 0 point to find these other pieces, call them in to reforge the full orb once again. Then one more really important change in this location is the logo being turned into this like square logo of the last reality. The same thing found on the Cube Cradle, the baby one, Origin, Cube Queen, and even the very eye of Triarch Nox. The silly guy who met the Nothing, and then the Nothing was like, do you want me to evolve you? Do you want me to make you way cooler? And the guy was like, bet. And the Nothing turned him into whatever he is right now, and he just basically went out there joining the last reality and destroying lots of realities. And then he just left to his realm, to his home that was destroyed, and the story is that maybe he's trying to restore it. I don't know if that story is gonna matter, but maybe we get to see the realm. Then the same thing is on every single monitor on this location, or the TVs inside, looking kind of hypnotizing or like a reminder. A reminder of don't forget, whatever you do, whatever you're searching, whatever your search history, whatever you're talking about, whatever you're thinking, they're watching you. They see you. The eye is just looking at you. Your search history, I know what you're searching. You sick. Get some help. Yes, this change made Professor Lore realize that the shape represents the eye of the Nothing. Especially since all the Nothing teasers have been showing off the character to be a one-eyed being who sees everything. So this shape has now turned out to be the everything seeing eye of the Nothing, like the triangle we talked about in the last video. And the funny thing, do you know what the funny thing is? I made this theory right when the new update came. I was like, everything this update is making me think that this logo we were thinking about is like the eye of the Nothing. And what do you know what happened after? Do you want to know? 2 seconds after, I see a leak that like shape on the baby cradle is actually called the eye. It's called the eye. Everything on the theory. It took I'm going crazy right now. I'm so happy. It took 2 seconds for my theory to get confirmed true. That's the brain of Professor Lore. It's so powerful. It's so strong. If that doesn't make you subscribe, I'm gonna beat you. Go subscribe right now and check out my movie channel too, and like this video too. Do it right now.
And I'm so tired of non-stop hearing you glaze and praise yourself. Get some help.
Also kinda funny how we ignored so much proof of the last reality seeing everything that happens, when it was just said to us so many times, like in the bytes loading screen. Him finding out how all of us are always being watched. Except me. I always knew they've been watching us. I've been making videos for like 3 years about this same topic, cause like constantly telling people that yo, the last reality is way stronger than you think. They never lost on everything. Remember the Cube Queen Water? She died and everything? She never never died. That was a trick. She never lost. Everything I've been trying to tell you, I'm so big brain. I'm so smart. Oh my god.
For the love of paradigm, stop glazing yourself so much. It's weird. It makes you look like you love yourself. It makes you look like you're actually crazy and you need some help, which you definitely do.
I could go gawk 9000, spin you around and everything, gonna do whatever I want. What do you wanna do? What is your problem? I wanna do whatever I want. You're inside of the box. What are you gonna do? You shut up. Don't make me bring up the paradigm art book that Amy just found.
I didn't know that was a thing. Let me see, please.
Midas, you know I'm gonna get out of here one day and I got a big blade ready on my hand.
You're trying to threaten me, I see. I'm gonna turn your sister into gold too then.
Now talking about the baby cradle, this thing has a golden cubic shield protecting it, so there is basically no way to fight against it. While at the 0 points location, it sends a pulse to detect all of the players within that place. Story-wise, that should be maybe because he's making sure none of just random people who don't belong there coming to mess up his plans and everything. If he sees you, someone who doesn't belong there, he gonna shoot you. Then also to probably search for the order, knowing that she would check this place out. Now funny how the pulse of seeing people comes from the eye of the ship. Clever, I would say. Interesting. That's kinda cool. The cradle is also said to have a weapon coming out of it in the future that would be used to shoot at people in the game. And probably based on what I'm reading here, that's just Dark Voyager going through his kill list, which the last one is gonna be the Foundation. My boy, don't shoot him. What are you gonna do to the rock? But now forget about all of that. Time for the most important thing to yap about. I'm talking about the original bunker that got used to hold the 0 point inside of it. That thing should be coming back in the OG. But since the 0 point is in pieces just across the world everywhere and one of the pieces is with us and we're gonna create the 0 point ourselves, that place, the bunker, should probably have no 0 point inside of it. So when we go in, this ball, it's not gonna be there. So then why am I even bringing up the bunker? Because there is we checked the files. I mean, I didn't check the files. The leakers checked the files and they found this. They found this thing. Do you see it? It's the bunker. Yeah, but it's not the same bunker. Look at it. It's so different. It's like a new version of it. Then you look a little bit like on this part of it. Those are the exact same stairs. The design of it and everything as the same one we got in the Inno loop. The location that like Dark Voyager is looking at right now. It's the same exact stairs. Which means that once the job of these rift panels are over and it makes the 0 point reforge back into an orb, this middle part will be turned into the very leaked bunker. And that's just really cool because this location is exactly at the center of the map and the 0 point always used to love to be at the center of every map in Fortnite. But now the extremely important question right now, which I can't find the answer on in this book. I don't know, maybe the book is broken, but like, who's gonna make the bunker? That's really important. Who? Last reality, the 7, me, your mom, IO, who? For one, since location is under the hands of Dark Voyager, this thing should be most likely be created by the last reality as a place to hold the 0 point within. That would also explain why the bunker always looks so alien technology or kinda even like the alien motherships, like something so advanced that no other faction, like the technology of IO, the 7, all of them, none of them could like even get close to this. Or the second option is that Foundation comes in with Visitor and so on, stopping the Dark Voyager plans and saving the 0 point. We now know if that happens, it was also written by the nothing to happen, so that's why I did this thing, because like if they saved the 0 point, it was also something that the last reality wanted to happen. We're gonna die. Do you remember the Loki show? How Loki thought he had like freedom and everything, then in the end of season 2 show, Kang the Conqueror or He Who Remains was like, you thought you had freedom? No, I reached everything you did, I knew you gonna do. That was such a cool moment, man. That's probably what's happening in Fortnite right now. And if this is the way Fortnite wants to go, as Midas brought up in chapter 6, he will fund the recreation of the bunker to secure the 0 point within it. And just hear me out, that could be where Geno finally comes into play, because like Midas always has like tricky mastermind things going on. He never really tells you the truth. So it could be that maybe in secret he's actually working with Geno, and that's exactly how he might know how he can recreate the bunker, because Geno is telling him exactly how, and so maybe this bunker bunker is actually made with the help of Geno and Midas to restore the imagined order and finally protect us from the last reality and everything. Maybe! That's a really cool theory, you gotta admit. The third option can also be that Singularity is coming in to do so, since she was like the only person inside of the vault. So she would probably know the origin or even how this thing was made. And so maybe she would know how exactly to do it again. Whatever this is gonna be, it's one of the weirdest, most exciting moments in the Fortnite history, I would say. Like the return of the goddamn bunker, man. One of the most interesting storyline things that happened in the chapter 1 of Fortnite storyline. It was so weird. It was just like looking at it made you go like, what the hell is this? And we never got answers to who made it, why does it look so advanced, so magical and everything, but finally, maybe we're finally gonna get answers to it, and the fact that it's even coming back, so cool. I'm gonna explode. It's just really good to see Fortnite's storyline actually being fun to follow again, as just like in chapter 1 and chapter 2, the storyline this chapter is mainly told by the visuals of the game. Every single day you look at the cube cradle or the baby cradle going around, visual map changes in the game weekly. It's just like instead of going through reading text on top of people's characters, doing storyline missions that is just like I'm talking too much, I need to calm down. But yeah, it's so cool to see that this season, instead of telling the story through storyline quests that you just read bunch of text on top of a character's head, they actually prepared interesting objects to look at, like the mini cube cradle and everything, which does things almost daily. So constant things happening inside of the map, constant reasoning to actually be interested into the story, not just like every 3 weeks storyline quest, there you go, story, enjoy the story. I hate that, it sucks. Hell no. It's just really good to see how Fortnite finally is trying to learn from their past what worked in the past. And that's exactly why one of their best seasons of all time, Chapter 2 Season 7, is really similar to this season, because Fortnite is finally learning what did we used to like. They're gonna do it again right now. So good. I love it. Then there is just so many secrets to talk about too once the visitor comes in. Is he controlled by the Nothing right now, or did he find a way to escape? Why is the Nothing watching us, and why is he giving people gifts, wanting perfect people to join his side? Just what is last reality's true end goal? Why they have been like doing experiments and everything for 8 years? What is like phase 2 all about? Who's gonna be making this vault again, and how are Ice King's return, and what exactly is gonna happen with that? Why did the last reality cause Fortnite OG to happen, manipulating it so much? And when will Geno, the only person who they cannot see, finally come in to save us? There is just so many damn cool questions right now to answer coming in the future of this season and this chapter that Professor Lore. Of course, I got the book here. I'm gonna answer every single one of them for you, so if you don't want to miss them out, make sure to subscribe to the channel and maybe like this video too, or check out my movie channel. It's such a good banger channel, you're gonna love it. As we talked about the Nothing, basically the god of darkness and the main guy behind last reality, so if you wanna learn more about the Nothing, make sure to click on this video right here. I also talk about Geno. It's such a good video. You need to watch this for sure before the Nothing and last reality fully come back to the story. You're gonna love it.